All right, boys and girls, put on your tinfoil hats, take your batteries out of your cell phones, and go hide in your closets and get ready because we're going to go down conspiracy theory rabbit hole hell. And then we're going to make it all come together and add up to one very, very interesting outcome. I'm Mike Gunn with ACM. We're going to do this. Let's go. All right, guys, first things first, I'm going to easily say I do not even remotely condone anything that Putin is doing. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and say that the man was actually throwing out crazy sounding ideas about his people being killed and tortured. And, well, of course, our media just threw that all away. You know what? There's a little problem with that. As per usual, your media is out there feeding you and telling you exactly what they want you to know. Now let's get down to the real story. Is Putin actually pissed off because Ukraine has got a bunch of U.S.-based bioweapon labs in Ukraine, testing them on even possibly people? Is that a thing? Well, of course not. Why would U.S. have any anything labs in Ukraine, let alone 8 of them? If that doesn't strike up your curiosity a little bit, let's look at where Putin's airstrikes have been landing compared to where these 8 U.S.-based biolabs are located. It's an interesting find. So what we like to call these places are biological threat reduction programs, and they put one in any country, that's part of NATO, and just to make sure that they're there to try and make an early detection of if there is any type of a biological war threat. There's another problem with that. Ukraine is not a NATO nation. It's not part of anything. It's not even literally one of our allies per se, unless you're talking about Burisma, and then, well, I guess Biden definitely has a little loyalty there, doesn't he? But that's not the big picture here. The bigger picture of all this is the same kind of thing that started with the whole lab leak that didn't happen. I mean, at least 2 years ago it didn't happen, right? But now we're finding out a little bit more and a little bit more about it. So let's take a look here at what came out here very recently about who is that company, Moderna? Yeah, they are one of the leading people on the super jabs to fix everything and make it go away so you don't have to worry about catching none of that nasty stuff. Well, here's an interesting, fun-found fact about Moderna. Here we go.
I've got to end on this story that has been circulating. No doubt you saw it, about the origins of COVID. We've all been trying to understand how this started and whether or not this did come from a lab in Wuhan. Let me ask you what the Daily Mail is reporting. It says more evidence COVID was tinkered with in a lab. Now scientists find the virus contains a tiny chunk of DNA that matches sequence patented by Moderna 3 years before the pandemic began. Your reaction, Stefan. What can you tell us?
So my scientists are looking into those data to see how accurate they are or not. As I've said before,
I find it awful interesting to note the fact that he said that they're going to check into it and see how much accuracy there is to this, basically. And let me read from this little passage here. The study noted the chances of Moderna's patented gene sequence called MSH3 appearing naturally in the coronavirus has a 1 in 3 trillion chance. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Moderna, that's your goodies. So, no wonder you're one of the folks leading the way on making the cure, or, well, at least making the let's get it by and let's sell a bunch of stuff for it, aren't you? Man, is this thing all coming full circle now? I'm willing to bet so much that I think that the 2 weeks is finally about to end. That's what I really think. I think the 2-week curve is finally about to come to a close. That's my opinion on that. Why? Busted. And during all this, what is the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine's report on this? Well, this is, here we go. The Biological Threat Reduction Program priorities in Ukraine are to consolidate and secure pathogens and toxins of security concern, and to continue to ensure Ukraine can detect and report outbreaks caused by dangerous pathogens before they pose a security or stability threat. You know what? I think there's a stability threat going on over there right now, and it's because somebody's pissed off that you guys got this shit so near their end. Figure it out. You know, this is just another Wuhan waiting to happen. And that is what's got Putin pissed off. I'm willing to bet money on it. I might cut with ACM. You know what the deal is, and I'm out.